Kila mara ninaposoma injili hii, hasa sehemu ya pili ya injili hii ya Yesu kumuuliza Petro kama anampenda, huwa nakumbuka filamu moja, sijui kama mmeitizama, Fiddler on the Roof. Mnaijua? Fiddler on the Roof. Muitafute. Filamu nzuri. I think it's on YouTube. Muitafute. A very good movie about mzee mmoja aliyekuwa na wasichana 5. Alikuwa ni Myahudi, alikuwa muuzaji wa maziwa, alikuwa anaishi Urusi. Na wakati mmoja kiongozi wa Warusi akaanza kuwatimua Wayahudi. The same time as the German Hitler, same era. And huyu mzee akamuuliza bibi yake wakati mmoja aliporejea nyumbani, "Je, wanipenda?" Same scenario, because walikuwa wamefunga ndoa sababu ya kupatanishwa na wazazi, those arranged marriages, and they had been married for 25 years. It's a very good scenario. Sitataka niharibu hiyo movie, so acha niwaache muende muone, si ndio? Umeshakaa na ule mtu anakuelezea venye movie inaenda. Acha uone venye atamgonga, atafu ataanguka. You feel like pause. Nieleze sasa. You know. So I don't want to spoil the movie. It's a very beautiful movie. I think it's 3 hours. So you go and watch. Have time. Fiddler on the Roof. Very good movie. Now, the connection is that love conquers so much. Kwa sababu ya mapenzi, tunavumilia mambo mengi sana. For the love of God that he had for the Israelites, alivumilia tabia zao mbaya nyingi sana. Na akawapa mara kwa mara opportunities to change. Sio kwa sababu there was something he was expecting from the Israelites. It is because of love. Kwa sababu ya upendo. Mwenyezi Mungu alimpa Musa chances and chances over and over. Sio kwa sababu alikuwa anatarajia kitu kutoka kwa Musa. God will have delivered the Israelites by himself without Moses. But for the love he had for Moses, he gave him second chances, third chance, fourth chance, fifth chance. Anytime he messed around, he gave him another chance. And ukiangalia katika Biblia, even so many other kings of the Israelites, David, Solomon, the people of Nineveh, God kept giving them chances. Na kwa nini alifanya hivyo? Kwa sababu ya mapenzi. And even if you look at the New Testament, the story of the prodigal son. Kwa nini baba ya yule kijana alimsamehe? Is it because he was expecting something from the son? Was it because he was expecting that this son will take care of him in his old age? No. It was all because of love. For the love he had for his son, who he says was dead and is now alive, was lost and now is found. He forgave him without even counting what he had done. He gave him a second chance. Love. You know, if you look at this story of today, ni Petro alikuwa amemkana Yesu. Mara ngapi? 3. And I don't know if you have ever had a friend who left you kwa mata when you are in need. When you are desperately in need, and that friend walked away na akasema sikujui, hata simujui. Akakuruka kipetro kiyesu. How would you feel after that? After you have recovered from that situation, what do you do? Unaanzanga kuimba. There is another song in Zambia. They sing it, they say, Lesan chinjenya banandi. Meaning that, God, please change my friends. You start changing your friends. Ndio? This one is more loyal to me. This is a close friend. It's a friend in need. Ndio alikuwa na mimi when I was in need. And we would expect the same situation. And I think Peter was expecting the same situation from Jesus. that this man, when we were at the Last Supper, nilimwambia, mimi I will die with you. I'll be there with you. Kama ni kukufa tutakufa na wewe. And then when the moment came, akamruka Kipetro Yesu. And I think Peter was guilty, and he said, he has failed this man. And that's why he said, hii story ya Yesu, I think mimi siko tena. I'm going fishing. Because I don't think what Jesus had told me to do, I have accomplished. It is better for somebody else to continue this thing. Mtu mwingine. So he went fishing. It's an act of desperation or an act of guilt, saying, I better go back to my old life. But when Jesus comes, we would expect atafanya what we do. And waimpeach Peter, na walete mwenye wanasikizana, si ndio? He will have impeached Peter, and then he put the disciple whom he loved, si ndio? That was a basic thing. But what does he do? He goes on to tell Peter, love has conquered all. Do you love me? If you love me, let us not look at the past. Take care of my... And he makes it 3 times to counteract the 3 times that Jesus denied him. Do you love me? You denied me 3 times, and I will prove you that love for you. How many times? 3 times. And because of the love I have for you, I'll give you another chance. I'll give you a 4th chance, a 5th chance, and a 6th chance. Take care of my sheep. You are the leader of my flock. I will sitabadilisha lile neno nililosema kwamba wewe ndio Petro na katika juu yako nitajenga kanisa. I will not change for the love I have for you. And I think it's a challenge to us. How many times have we let our anger extinguish the love we have for people? How many times have we left jealous extinguish or override the love we have for others? How many times have we left resentment or hearsay overcome the love of those people that we love so much? Yesu Kristo anatukumbusha kwamba for the love we have for our friends, for the love we have for our brothers and sisters, let us be ready to forgive and give them other chances. Many a times sisi kama wazazi watoto wetu watatukosea, maybe they misbehave, they go into drugs, but for the love you have for your children, you will not allow them to get lost. Some of us, our husbands, will go into alcoholism, gambling, and everything. For the love you have for your marriage partner, do not let them go into waste. Give them second chances. Some of us, our marriage partners, maybe our wives, will misuse the wealth that we have struggled to acquire, and you will feel like they are not helping you enough. For the love that you have for your marriage partner, reassure them of the love you have for them and give them a second chance. But katika masomo ya leo pia tunaelezewa kwamba Yesu Kristo hakuwaacha wanafunzi wake upweke. He kept appearing to them to encourage them, to reassure them that he is with them to the end of time. Today, in this 21st century, tuko 21st ama 22nd century? Tuko gani? 21st century. So 22nd? Oh, 20. When you see 20 plus 1, so 21st, ndio? So 19 plus 1, 20th. So we're in the 21st. We're in the 21st century. I don't believe that you will be seated in your sitting room and Jesus will appear to you in his glory. if it happens, it will happen to very few of us. Very few. But hilo sio kusema kwamba Yesu Kristo haji katika maisha yetu kila siku. Remember, one of the Gospels, in the Gospels it says, I was in prison and you came. I was hungry and I was naked and you. For whatever you did to the least of these ones, you did it to me. Hebu tumuone Yesu Kristo katika wale ambao wako katika jamii zetu. Story is told of this woman who had very prayerfully asked Jesus to come and visit him. And Jesus agreed and said, I'll come for lunch tomorrow. At 1, I'll dine with you for lunch. This lady akafanya kila kitu, akaandaa mapochopocho, mashai, madhuiti, kai, makeki, prepared everything. Then as she had cleaned her compound very well, a beggar was passing by, you wouldn't want to be disgraced by this dirty beggar when the Jesus is coming. So she told the guy, carry on my friend, carry on. Please, go to the next house, pumzike hapo, zikae hapo, please. So the lady waited. The makeki was there, the maviti was there, nothing, Jesus was not showing up. 3, 4, 5. Jioni wakati wa sala akaambia Yesu Kristo, ulinicheza, uniacha kwa mataa. And Jesus told the lady, I came earlier and I decided to rest in front of your house, but you asked me to move on. Sometimes Jesus comes to us, those people who are needy. Jesus comes to us, but we do not see Jesus in them. Just like Peter could not recognize Jesus. But at the same time, we must represent Jesus to other people. Vile tunavyozungumza, vile tunavyoishi maisha yetu, vile tunavyo waangalia watu wengine, do those people see Jesus in us? When somebody looks at me, do they see hope? Do they feel encouraged by my way of life? If I call myself a Christian, kwamba mimi ni Mkristo, maanisha kwamba mimi na Kristo ni kitu kimoja. Mimi ni Mkenya, mimi na Kenya sihami. Kama mimi ni Mkristo, do people see Christ in me? Some 1 week ago, 2 weeks ago, I think it's 2 weeks ago, sio last week, ni ile wiki ingine, one of my friends, Father Felix, tumamjua, tunaishi na yeye. So he was having his proposal defense. So we usually have an agreement. Kama mtu ako na mtihani ama ako na hizo vitu za shule, after all that we sit down, tunakula kanyama, tunatoa stress. So he was having his proposal defense, so we decided to sit down and have a kanyama, and just to stress. So we went to a close by near our house, up near Rongai. Tukaenda hapo kula nyama, tukakaa Magadi Road. Wala wanajua Magadi Road. There are some places there you can eat meat. So because he was done doing the exam, alifanya mtihani, mimi I was the driver. So I used my car, tukaenda, kakaa, kakula nyama, tukaanza story, piga story, tukaona news, tukapiga story, akasema twende home sasa. Kwenda kuingia kwa gari KCC, inafanya tu kamwambia hii battery na ilikuwa misbehave last week. So hapa tutafute mtu wa kujump start. Tukaangalia gari zilikuwa hapo, kulikuwa Range Rover, Benz. Hizo sio gari za kuomba zikujump start. You don't. Sababu hata mwenyewe pengine hata ajui battery kwa wapi. You don't. So we saw an Uber guy. Msunga tu jump start, akasema, uko na jumpers? Hatuna. Kwanza kutafuta jumpers saa 3 ya usiku utapata wapi? So tukasema tuache hii gari, tutakujia kesho. Tutakuja na hiyo gari nyingine tuchukue kesho. So we went, tukatembea kwenda hapo stage. He tried to tell me something ati sio mbali, as we are tutembee tu gari tatupata. Nikamwambia mimi watu wanione kwa news ati padre alikuliwa na simba akitembea nyumbani saa 3. No. Let's stay here. Tungoje matatu hapa. Matatu zitakuja. We had a light moment and we were waiting. Then one of these pickups za ask for transport. Mnazijua? Si pickup mzee ask. Hakunanga ask for transport mpya iko. Ask for transport na kwa zote. So ikakuja zinakuwa zimeinama pande moja hivi. So it comes, we didn't stop. The guy stops. Kaangalia sana, kaambia Felix, huyu mwenye hatujasimamisha in this Kenya. Hapana. Sasa kaambia wewe twende. Akanichocha. Tukaenda. Nikajua mimi ni nani. Wewe utaingia kwanza, mimi nitaingia, ndio kukiharibika I'll be the first to get out. So we got into the car and then to try and break the ice, nikaleta ka story. Ni aje, asante sana. Kenya siku hizi kuona mtu kama wewe kubeba watu, alafu alikuwa Muslim. Alafu sasa unaona mimi na Felix. Nikamuuliza hata uogopi? You don't fear carrying two men in the middle of the night like this? Kasema unajua siwezi waacha, ni hali ya maisha. So as the conversation went, tukaanza kwenda kidogo. Kaambia unajua hata tulikuwa hapo, tumejaribu kutafuta msaada kujump start gari, watu wakakataa. Akasema kujump start, turudi. The guy turned back. To my surprise, he turned back. Tukaenda, alikuwa na jumpers kwa gari, sio zile za duka. So mnazijua. Akatoa hizo jumpers za ask for transport, akawasha nini started the car. I looked at the guy and I said, no, there is Christ in this person. There is Christ in this person. Because we tried to give him something. Akasema hapana, uchukue tu namba yangu. Mimi nafanya transport tu Komba. Mkiwa na mambo ya transport mnaniambia. I drove home very disturbed, you know. How many times, sometimes I drive past the road, na mtu amesimama with a bonnet open. I drive past the road. I usually give people lift, but not usiku. I was challenged. And I said, how many times do I represent Christ in my life? How many times do people look at me and they see Christ in the little things, not in the extraordinary things that we do? Atuliomba kukanyesha mandazi. No. The little everyday things. I saw another example of somebody who was in a matatu. Nilikuwa kwa mat, nikasikia mtu anaanza kugombana. Nikaanza kusema haitakuwa kama ile story ya Super Metro. Then somebody akasema amekona short ya pesa ngapi, akamlipia. You know, those little akamuongezea, those little acts that somebody will go home and say, I saw Christ in that person. How many times do we give encouragement kwa watu ambao wamekufa moyo? Kama vile Yesu Kristo alimpea encouragement Peter. Peter had given up. Ameacha kazi, amesema hii mambo ya Yesu staki. Goes back to fishing and catches nothing. He must have been very desperate. But Jesus comes and says, throw the net, catches fish, and tells him still, follow me. Double profit. You are still a fisherman. I am able to make you a fisherman, and I am still able to give you the responsibility I wanted to give you. Siku ya leo, I'm sure we as youth, these are youth mass, we as youths, many a times, we make mistakes and we feel like we are fallen down. And all we need is somebody to encourage us. And those mistakes will come again and again and again. You as youth should stand as Christ to your fellow youths. We as parents should stand as Christ to our children. Wakiteleza kidogo, that's not the time to shout at them and tell them how they are bad like their father. Unafanana tu baba yako. That's not the time. It is a time to encourage them. Give them that boost. Give them those second chances. Let them feel confident about themselves. Let them feel that not all is lost. Many a times, mitiani, watu walifanya mitiani, Wengine walianguka. I'm sure kuna mwenye aliambiwa wewe ni mjinga tu kama baba yako, ama wewe ni mjinga tu kama mama. Isn't it? Is that not the time? It's a time to encourage them, tell them exams is not, life is not all about exams. You can fail in your exam and still do very well in life. So many examples, sitaki hata kuanza kutaja akina Titus na Ikuni. Some people who never went through the doors of university and they became very great personalities. This Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein was sent out of school by his teacher. Akaambiwa, you have no capability to learn. And he was homeschooled by the parent. And we know what Albert Einstein became, sindio? MC squared. Mnajua hiyo? Ama sio Albert Einstein huyo? Naona nimehubiri sana, watu wameanza kusinzia. Let me stop here. But let us be people giving people second chances. Let us be Christ in other people's lives. Representing Christ, seeing Christ in others, and letting watu wengine waone Kristo ndani yetu. In the way we speak, the way we carry ourselves, the way we treat our fellow human beings, the way we treat our brothers and sisters. Na Mwenyezi Mungu abariki neno lake mioyoni mwetu.